Mercedes just built the SUV Coupe that's making BMW's X6M nervous, and it's not even close. The 2026 AMG GLE 63S Coupe isn't just an update, it's Mercedes reasserting dominance over a segment they practically invented, and somewhere buried in this car's spec sheet is a number so aggressive that even AMG's own engineers reportedly debated whether buyers were ready for it. Stick around, because by the end of this video, I'm revealing exactly what that number is, and why it's already shifting how people think about performance SUVs. Let's start with the exterior, because the GLE Coupe has always walked a fine line between sporty and controversial, and the 2026 refresh leans hard into aggression. The Panamericana grille grows even more prominent here. Vertical slats finished in high gloss black, flanked by razor-sharp LED headlights that Mercedes redesigned specifically for this update. The roofline still slopes dramatically toward the rear, sacrificing headroom for a silhouette that looks far more coupe than SUV, and the 63S trim adds a redesigned rear diffuser paired with quad exhaust tips finished in matte black. Widened fender flares house staggered 22-inch wheels, and Mercedes lowered the ride height specifically for this trim using suspension tuning borrowed almost directly from the GT Performance lineup. Underneath that aggressive bodywork sits one of AMG's most track-focused chassis setups ever fitted to a GLE. The 63S adds active roll stabilization through Mercedes e-active body control system, rear wheel steering, and massive AMG ceramic composite brakes with 6-piston calipers up front, all working together to make a 2.5-ton SUV coupe corner, like it genuinely forgot how much it weighs. This isn't a styling package pretending to be sporty, this is Mercedes engineering a legitimately capable performance platform underneath a body style people either love or absolutely hate. Powering all of this is AMG's handcrafted twin-turbo V8, now boosted by an electrified auxiliary system that adds instant torque fill before the turbos even finish spooling up. Horsepower climbs well into territory that used to belong exclusively to dedicated sports cars, and 0 to 60 happens in a time that genuinely shouldn't be possible for something shaped like this. Top speed pushes past what most sports sedans can even dream of reaching, and yet this thing still seats 5 people comfortably with a trunk large enough for a genuine weekend trip. Now, quick pause, because if you're someone who actually appreciates deep breakdowns instead of recycled spec sheets, do yourself a favor and hit subscribe. Drop a like on this video, because this channel genuinely lives for cars that shouldn't work on paper but somehow do anyway. Alright, back to it, because the interior is where this car quietly justifies its price tag. Step inside, and 63S trim brings extended Napa leather, illuminated AMG badging stitched into the headrests, and a curved Mercedes display running the latest MBUX system with augmented reality navigation baked directly into the windshield projection. Carbon fiber trim replaces traditional wood accents throughout the cabin, signaling exactly what kind of buyer Mercedes is targeting with this specific configuration. Rear passengers get their own climate zone and enough legroom that the sloping roofline barely becomes noticeable once you're actually seated inside, something previous coupe generations genuinely struggled with. But here's the twist nobody's talking about yet. While every other channel obsesses over horsepower numbers and lap times, they're completely ignoring the detail that's actually going to determine whether this car succeeds. And that detail is Mercedes' decision to price the 63S trim almost identically to BMW's X6M competition, its most direct rival, despite offering noticeably more standard performance hardware and a more advanced suspension system. So here's what that means practically. Fully loaded, the AMG GLE 63S Coupe is expected to land right around $145,000 once you add the night package, the Burmester high-end sound system, and the extended carbon exterior trim. That's Mercedes essentially daring buyers to cross-shop this against BMW and walk away with noticeably more technology for nearly identical money. A bold move considering how fiercely loyal both fan bases tend to be. And that's exactly why this car matters right now. The GLE 63S Coupe isn't trying to please everyone. It's Mercedes doubling down on a design people either love or hate, backed by performance hardware that makes the argument almost impossible to ignore once you actually experience it firsthand. Every detail here feels intentional, from the aggressive exterior to the meticulously finished cabin, proving that Mercedes isn't just chasing numbers anymore. They're chasing a very specific kind of buyer who wants both luxury and genuine performance without compromise. If this breakdown gave you real insight into where this segment is headed, make sure you're subscribed, because next we're comparing this directly against the BMW X6M competition, and that one is going to get heated fast.